We've visited 23 different cities over the first 15 months of Power of Sports and talked to teams in every major professional sport, minor league franchises, and several major college programs. In each place, it's been amazing to see the incredibly creative ways teams are giving back to the communities that support them. One of the most innovative programs was the Minnesota Twins and their partnership with Roots for the Home Team.
I work collaboratively with 4 garden programs in the Twin Cities, and those garden programs give me access, if you will, to their youth. Working in their programs, they're growing their vegetables, so these kids create recipes, salad recipes based on the vegetables that they're growing in their programs. And then they sell to Roots for the Home Team the harvest of those vegetables, and then Target Field jumps in, their chefs there, and make the recipes that are shipped over, and then the kids come on the weekends and sell their salads to fans.
Since we featured them last March, Roots for the Home Team has added a partnership with the Brewers that now gives youth in Milwaukee the same entrepreneurial training so many in the Twin Cities have benefited from.
This sense of accomplishment, because it's their food, their hard labor, and then their recipe, and then their service or salesmanship for it, and then they sell out. So it's this amazing win-win-win across the board for these kids to see the capacity that they have.
One of the longest lasting and most impressive initiatives was in Miami, where the Heat have supported their Heat Academy since 1999. In addition to funding after-school programs in the most economically disadvantaged areas of the city, the team has a scholarship program that annually provides over a dozen attendees of the academy with 4 years of college tuition upon high school graduation.
The beautiful thing about it is that we target some of the lowest performing students at each of these schools. And by the end of the school year, what we've noticed via the data is that some of these students that were underperformers before are now performing at level or above their peers. So it's real change that's tangible. We've made a commitment to these communities, to these students, to these families, and the ripple effect that education has on these students and generations of those family members to come. Many of these students are first-time college students. We've been here and in these communities doing the hard work for 19 straight years, and we look forward to continue doing that work.
Both the New Orleans Baby Cakes and Pittsburgh Pirates told us about their passion for supporting Miracle League teams in their areas.
The whole idea is these fields are rubberized and they're flat. So a child with a mobility issue, a vision issue, they don't have to worry about tripping over anything. I think the biggest asset of this program is it's a feeling of inclusion. And we think about what this program does for these kids and for these adults, and we say this is a good thing, and this is the power of baseball. You really can change somebody's life through baseball.
And speaking of youth leagues, how about the Arizona Diamondbacks and their youth jersey program? The D-backs provide jerseys to over 65,000 youth baseball and softball players across the state of Arizona.
We started this program in 1994. We originally went out and talked to all the directors of little leagues and softball leagues and asked them what their biggest challenge was. And over we heard it's the cost of uniforms. And some of these leagues were going to have to close their doors and close their gates. So by us doing so, we were able to free up a lot of money. Some of them ended up waiving entry fees for the participants. Some of them redid their fields or the mounds. So it's really been a nice program for us. And to see kids out there with brand new fresh jerseys and caps each year and with the D-backs represented is tremendous.
We loved the story of NHL superstar PK Subban, who approached the Predators with his own idea of a community program he knew would have an impact.
PK came up with this idea. He wanted to invite a police officer and a guest and a youth and a guest to come to a hockey game. And we said, PK, what if we do it once a month? And PK said, no, this is what I want to do. So we said, all right, we'll find it, we'll make it happen, and we'll bring them down after the game. And PK said, no, I want them to come down at 5:15. I want to meet them, I want to sign autographs, I want to answer questions, and then I want them to go get dinner. So we said, all right, let's make this work. So we reached out to the Metro Police. Each month we work with a local youth agency that the officer and the child get to sit and have these conversations, and the child gets to see the police officer as a citizen and just another human, and it is developing these relationships and friendships just through the game of hockey.
And speaking of ideas, who can forget Houston Rockets owner and star of CNBC's billion-dollar buyer, Tillman Fertitta, telling us about how he came up with a new way to start a basketball game and give back to charity at the same time.
I've always thought, why does baseball get to own first pitch and we shouldn't do first shot. And if they make it, $5,000 goes to charity. And you know, I plan on owning this team for a long time, and we plan on giving a lot of money away.